Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are doing great. In today's episode, I'm going to show you few of the recent artworks that I have created. And I have used the paper that is Arches 100% cold press cotton watercolor paper. In this first artwork, I have tried the salt and watercolor effect. That is, I tried to paint the background first and I sprinkled some salt upon it. And after it got dried out, I just dusted that salt, and you can see the effect looks really beautiful. The effect that salt has created, it looks really beautiful. And I love this particular experimentation. This artwork is very special for me. In this artwork, I had tried first initial sketches in my sketchbook, and later I painted some of those formats, and this is one of those. This artwork has very prominent feelings attached to it. The state of my mind, and it is in very systematic manner I was able to express it, and it has very flowiness to it. You can see it has all the flowy elements to it, the line work of flowiness, and I like how her hair also just with the wind flowing, everything is very in state of flow. This artwork has pretty much state of flow and being one with the universe, being one with the flow. So I really like this artwork. This artwork, I just kind of have like and hate kind of a feeling about it. It just the face looks too yellow for me. That is why I kind of do not. I feel that it is. It feels like some very old artwork. The colors look too dispersed and too kind of muddy in between. It looks. So it is kind of failed artwork, but I like the background effect. It looks very beautiful. This is very interesting artwork because when now I look at it, I can feel that all of the colors that I have used in this one are very warm colors. So you can see orange, you can see red, you can see yellow, and in likeliness to that, also purple. Purple is also a warm color. So this has all of the warm colors in this, and still those all warm colors still fit together. So I very much like that about this artwork. It was not planned, but it still kind of ended up happening in that way. What I do not like about this is that it has I struggled a lot while painting the face. So it does not have that flowiness. It has very patchy kind of a face. It doesn't have that flowiness, but still I like it for the colors. Then when this I had painted, I had kind of didn't like it. It was like, okay, it is fine, not good, but I like it. I really like it now because first of all, this was a very intuitive artwork. You can see all of these artworks. For few of the artworks, you can see complete process videos on YouTube. So this one also has a process video. So this was very intuitive, not planned, and I like how the fiery this rose looks. And even though it is a nature artwork, it has still personalized touch to it. So it is kind of a figurative or symbolic in a sense that rose can be compared to a person. It can, and it has some personality of very we can say it has a really good personality attached to the all painting, this one. And I also like how the white space is there, and I didn't paint all over it, and I just kept some white space very abstractly. I really like that about this one. Means I should try such a thing more often because it gives in another dimension to the artwork. This particular thing, I really like it. Then okay, this one the reference is from one of my favorite photographers, wildlife photographers, and I like the background. This turned out really good. You can see the background. It has kind of very soft bokeh effect, very soft and subtle. And I like the butterfly also, very beautiful. What I didn't like though is this means florals. This could have been more as a big floral. This has to be, or really bit softer maybe. It just the floral doesn't suit in the whole setting. The way I painted it, it just looks a bit too harsh. The florals needs to be more florally, more soft, and I couldn't achieve that in. But otherwise, everything in this one looks very beautiful to me. Very beautiful, very dreamy, very much photograph like. Yeah, it has a photograph like element to it. Very beautiful. Then this one is a magical painting. It just overall, like, color scheme is very unusual. First of all, pink, purple, blue and green. It is like a purple and green together mainly. It has very dominant effect of purple and green in the background, and it is very unusual too, but it still looks good together, this purple and green, and both colors are very kind of it makes it more magical. This purple and green are associated with kind of a magic, like strange, very but it still looks good. It doesn't look like kind of not a bad magic, it's a good magic. And the hand, that is looks very elegant, and hand also has very purplish feeling to it, like very soft, very soft it is. And it has this ribbon attached to it. It's like very magical overall, this artwork looks. This one I'm not very attached with the artwork, because the reference that I had used is a very old photograph from one of our family albums, and I do not recognize that photograph. Maybe that is why I do not feel much attached with the painting also. It's just not very personal painting. It was just like kind of study, we can say, a nature study. This I really like it. I really like how dreamy it looks. I really like how floaty it looks. It's like puffy it looks. It's like abstract study of the clouds. It just really looks beautiful, very intuitive, letting colors go on their own flow. It's very beautiful artwork. Then comes this one. This one has a lot of imagination and lot of meaning attached to it. It is a very meaningful artwork, because what I was trying to portray in this particular artwork is that I was trying to imagine myself as a bird. This is me looking within myself, but it has kind of very different meanings attached to it, because myself can be also be seen as a universe, because I am a part of the universe. So by the method of the introspection, I'm actually trying to look within the universe. So that is kind of one of the meaning in this, and there are different elements to it, like a beautiful what is called wine, and the beautiful leaves and beautiful background, very cool, very magical, very whimsical, very introspective, beautiful. The bird is also really pretty, means it is very, everything has a flow in it. It is so much meaningful, it is. Okay, so I think I have completed almost half of my artworks. So let's complete other half also. This particular artwork, I initially didn't much like it, and I still feel very I have a complex feeling about this. So this was from a reference of photograph on Pinterest, and I think it would have been a better artwork. So um, I like everything about it. What I do not like about it is that it fails to give a sense of depth around in this area. It doesn't have a depth inside it. So the color could have been more deeper, more blacker. The shadows could have been more darker. And so this is a fun thing about watercolors, that we paint it, and after it gets dried out, that we realize that it doesn't look dark enough. So we always have to put more darker color when the color is wet, and that is a mistake that I did in this one, and I eventually gave up on this one. But still, it looks really beautiful, this artwork. Then in these two, this one and this one, is from one of the photographers on Instagram, and he photographs the nature, and also he photographs, I think, kind of villages in India, and I really like his photographs. So I had did some photograph studies of his, and I really like how blue and orange color look together in this particular his photograph. And here also it looks really good, but this one didn't turn out that well, because I was struggling to first of all paint upon the arches paper. That is, it is kind of tooth to it. The paper has very rough texture to it, and because of that I was not getting a proper judgment of how much water to be applied while painting. And because of that initial judgment failure, I couldn't obtain a proper result, and also I think I was lacking on the patience in this particular artwork. Then this one also, I think it looks very beautiful. I think the colors I had used mainly from Daniel Smith, and the leaves colors, I think I had used from core watercolor, and I really like how vibrant core watercolors are and how inky they are. Means it has it is like a water, but ink kind of a water. It is a different experience to paint with the core watercolors. So I really like this one, but still this one kind of lacks in the depth. So it doesn't have as much dark values. I think I should be really focusing upon painting dark values, and I think I'm trying after in recent times to paint more dark artworks. Yeah, speaking about that, I think, yeah, this one is like a kind of one of my masterpieces kind of thing. These two, this and this is also, I think it is my recent profile pic at many of the places in social media. And this one is very beautiful. It has very unique style. It has, wow, a good composition, a shiny element that I kind of had drawn this with a shiny marker, and it has so much of a personality, feelings, and kind of a state of mind. The dark colors in the background, it doesn't overwhelm, and still everything just comes together, I think, and that makes it a really, really special artwork. It's beautiful. This, I think I was very sad at this time. The war was going on, and I think at that time I was also reading a book, I think, upon the war, and it put me really off balance about how cruel kind of humanity can get. And I had it has some kind of a broken element to it that I think I had named this around kind of resilience, because how much resilience can people exactly show before breaking up, and on that verge of breaking up, and again standing out, and it has that element to it. this artwork, I really like this because again this one I think it is with the core watercolors, and yeah, I had used every element in it with the core watercolors, so it has very vibrant element to it. But I kind of feel that he looks a bit angry, and I think it should have been even more vibrant. I mean, I just lacked it. I kind of lacked details of the eye. I feel I'm lacking because the eyes of the owl are like a star of the show. It's like a very beautiful eyes look in the photograph. So I think I couldn't capture it well, but I think I was able to capture all the fluffiness of the owl, the fluffy and soft its feathers looks. I think this looks really good. That looks really good. Only I think eyes could have been a bit better. Then this again artwork, I think it was very instinctive. I think I was doing some study of the sky, and it looks very beautiful. That this is a very kind of it is used again and again, this kind of color scheme in sky paintings, that is purple, pink and yellow. No matter what in that particular order, purple, pink and yellow, it looks really good because in between pink kind of prevents getting purple and yellow mixture muddy, and so it looks like in that particular scheme, purple, pink and yellow, it looks always beautiful no matter what, and very vibrant. So yes, this was all of the tour of all of my artworks. If you ask me which are my favorites, then I will say yes, this one is the favorite one. This is because it has very personal attachment to it, and whenever an artwork involves a lot of feelings, it becomes ultimately my favorite. Okay, so this one also is pretty much my favorite one. It looks really beautiful. The bird, and as I had already told, it has that element of introspection to it, so it is one of my favorite ones. Then yes, this I also like this one. Yeah, this is a kind of a special one again, but still it doesn't make it one of the best for me. Then okay, let's go one by one. Is there any more? Yes, this one. Yes, this one also one of my favorite. Really beautiful composition, really beautiful artwork. So for an end screen, I'm going to keep two of my favorite artworks together. Like okay, so yes, this and okay, this more than this. I think I just if I have to pick two, like best two out of this in my view, I would say this one and this one. Yes, really beautiful. So thank you so much for joining with me in this beautiful art kind of art exploration, art tour, we can say. And I really appreciate all of you being here and listening and trying to see all of my artworks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Take care. See you again. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.